What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? BizzyDad here, you there, and we are once again into spoiler season. They have leaked the first round and second round, actually, of spoilers for the new Vingolf 3 box set that is coming out next month in February. As you guys know, I'm not too big on doing all the spoilers. I do like being surprised at some of the cards, but when the spoilers first come out, they spoiled all the rulers and the magic stones. So I figured, why not take a look at them and post a video on it with some first impressions and some thoughts about it to get some discussion going. So obviously, this is a picture of me earlier today reading the spoilers and checking everything out. So if you bought the Vingolf 2 set, or if you've seen any of my videos or any other videos on it too, it was lackluster. The was not a whole lot of cards that worked well outside of the set itself. A little more on the disappointing side. So I feel that Force of Will does have some making up to do, but taking a look at the rulers and the stones that we're about to, I think they're off to a very good start. But let's check everything out and see what you think about it. So we're going to go into our rulers. We're going to start it out with the light ruler. It's the Guardian of Light Magic Stones. So all the rulers in this set are dragons, and they all have the same judgment amount. They all have the Energize, and they all have a new ability coming in called Resonance. So let's check it out. Guardian of the Light Magic Stone. So it's a dragon ruler. The judgment is 5. 2 of light, 3 of other. Here you see the Energize for 1. It only energizes for the light. And here's the Resonance. Resonance for a light magic stone, which means every time a light magic stone comes into your field, an effect is going to happen. So Resonance for light magic stone. Target resonator you control gains +2/+2 until end of turn. So that's a really nice perk. Every time you draw a light magic stone, you're going to pump up a target resonator +2/+2. Very good. Again, the Energize for 1. So let's play the Judgment, and it turns into the Avatar of Light Magic Stones, a Dragon J Ruler, 1000 attack, 1200 defense with flying. And when this card enters your field, destroy all non-Magic Stone, non-J Ruler cards. So once you judge with this dragon, it literally wipes the board, both sides of everything but Magic Stones and J Rulers. So a good way to get out of trouble. I think if you have a deck where you're trying to build a presence, you're not necessarily going to want to flip because you're going to destroy your own resonators and regalia in addition too. So kind of dangerous, but really good artwork. And I guess you could flip it to get out of trouble if you don't really play too much and your opponent has a board presence. But all right, not bad. Let's check out the Fire Dragon, Guardian of Fire Magic Stones. Again, dragon. Judgment of 5, 2 red, 3 of other. There's the Energize, and the red dragon's resonance is every time a fire magic stone enters your field, this card may deal 200 damage to target resonator. I like the fact that the word may is in there because if not, and it had to deal damage, if your opponent does not have any resonators on the board, you're going to have to target one of your own resonators every time a fire magic stone comes in. That's not good, but really good artwork. I really like that. So we'll flip, and it becomes the Avatar Fire Magic Stones, 1200 attack, 1000 defense with flying. And when this card enters your field, this card deals 1000 damage to each resonator your opponent controls. So really strong, a Sylvia-esque type of enter. Every one of your opponent's resonators gets blasted for 1000. And if a resonator dealt damage by this card this turn, would be put into a graveyard, remove it from the game instead. And I really like that little perk to it, because when this dragon flips over, and also anytime this dragon kills a resonator, it doesn't go into the graveyard, it gets removed from the game. So no graveyard effects. I think that could be pretty strong. This is the Guardian of Water Magic Stones, the blue dragon, and I think this is going to be the strongest one in the game. So there's the Judgment of 5, there's the Energize for blue. Resonance. Anytime a water magic stone comes in, look at the top card of your deck, then put it on top or the bottom of your deck. So really good deck milling you have this dragon you call a water magic stone. You get to look at the top card. If you like it, leave it up there. You don't like it, put it at the bottom of the deck. Really strong. But when he flips over is when I think this dragon becomes a real game changer. The avatar of water magic stones, 11/11 with flying, Dragon J Ruler. When this card enters your field, return all resonators your opponent controls to their owner's hand. And this is really going for the win, I think. Or if your opponent has a super resonator presence that you're trying to get rid of, you flip this dragon over, all resonators go back to your opponent's hand. Because it's the J Ruler enter ability, you can't stop it. So it's going to happen. And I think that if you have a decent board presence of your own, of resonators ready to attack, you judge with this dragon, flip it over, all your opponent's resonators have to go back to the owner's hands, and then you could swing for the game. And if you play a Levitine to give your J Ruler swiftness, then you have an 11/11 flyer to swing as well. So, like I said, first impression, this is the strongest of the dragons off the bat. But the next one is really interesting, and it is the Guardian of Wind Magic Stones, the Judgment of 5, the Energize, and the Resonance. Anytime a Wind Magic Stone comes into your field, target Resonator gets the ability to rest and produce any of the colors until end of turn. That is really interesting, and it gets even more interesting when you J-activate and flip this dragon over to the avatar of Wind Magic Stones, a 10/12, but this dragon does not fly. Very interesting. But the trade, first of all, when this card enters your field, put 2 100/100 Wind Elf Resonator tokens into your field. So the Elf tokens making a comeback here, and all Resonators you control gain the ability to rest and produce any of the colors. This makes it a really fun ruler to build around. There's going to be so many different possibilities and combinations, knowing that if you rest any of your resonators, they're going to produce colors. So I see a lot of little one drops and little cheap resonators to come in that will eventually make all the colors to bring in the big ones. I see stuff like that. I see a lot of interesting decks being able to be built with this one. Finally, the Guardian of the Darkness Magic Stones is the tough dragon. He looks real tough. Again, Judgment of 5, Energize for Dark. The Resonance, anytime a Darkness Magic Stone comes in, target J Resonator gains -1/-1 until end of turn. And I think that's a little bit on the weak side, being that the red dragon will let you hit a Resonator for 200. The white dragon will let you pump up somebody 200. This one is a -1/-1. So, I mean, I guess it's okay. I know Dark is all about debuffing. But the J-Activate, great artwork, looks amazing. A 12/10 flyer for the avatar of Darkness Magic Stones. And when this card enters your field, your opponent banishes 2 Resonators. And I'm not really too much of a fan of this one because it costs 5. It costs 5 to flip him over. Meanwhile, Dark already has a lot of cards that tells your opponent to banish a Resonator for 2. So, I mean, for 4 Dark Stones, you can get him to banish the same 2 Resonators. So, other than that, it's a 12/10 flyer, and it looks really cool. So, those are the 5 rulers, and I think that they did a really good job with these rulers. It makes me excited. It makes me want to see the rest of the cards, the support cards for it. And they did release the special Magic Stones and the regular Magic Stones. I want to go over them really quick because the special Magic Stones are interesting, and I just don't know where I stand on them just yet. They are dual Magic Stones in a way, so let's check them out. This is the Burning Water Magic Stone. These are the special ones. And when this card enters your field, put 2 magic counters on this card. All of the special Magic Stones are going to have this ability. When they come into the field, you put 2 counters on them. Now this one, when you rest it, it produces red at any time. If you rest and remove a magic counter, you could produce blue. So this gives you the opportunity of the red-blue dual stone, but only twice, because once the counters are removed, this stone can no longer produce blue. It only produces red. Now, my guess is in the set, there's going to be a card that says, put a magic counter on your target special Magic Stone. I'm sure something like that is going to be there to keep giving you the ability to produce the extra will when it's rested. But all of the special Magic Stones are going to follow this path. First of all, this artwork is really good. I like it. but it produces red, and it can produce blue as long as there's a magic counter on it. Gusting Darkness Magic Stone, it always produces green, but if you rest and remove a magic counter, it produces dark. And I think the theme with this is to get it to the point where you could play 10 of the same dual stone. So, I mean, right here we have wind and dark. So it's this and the magic stone of Black Silence, I think it is, for black-green. And then also the Killing Stone makes black-green from the last Legacy Lost set. So if you have 4, 4, and 2, you technically have 10 dual stones giving you the same thing. I think that's what they're going for here. The magic stone of Murky Waters will always make blue, but as if it has a counter on it, you can rest, remove the counter, and produce dark. The magic stone of Nature's Beauty is green, but if you remove the counter, you could produce light. Magic stone of Purgatory is dark, rest to produce dark. Rest, remove a magic counter, and you produce red. Magic stone of Radiant Waves will produce light at all times, and if you rest and remove a counter, it will produce blue. Magic stone of Summer Breeze, this one looks pretty cool. Rest it to produce red, or rest and remove a counter to produce green. But again, you can only do that as long as you have a magic counter on it. Misty Wind Magic Stone will always rest to produce blue, but if you rest and remove a counter, it produces green. Shadowy Light Magic Stone is always dark, rest to produce dark, but rest, remove a counter, and produce light. So again, it's just the common theme. The duals, they're going to make the two colors, but that second one is only if you have a counter and can remove it. The Sparkling Fire Magic Stone will rest to produce light, but rest and remove a counter, and you can produce red. And now, we're going into the basic stones. And guys, I can't tell you how gorgeous these are. This is the Light Magic Stone, and look at 0 is on a stone. The Vingolf set is named Ruler All-Stars, and here we see the rulers are going to be featured on the basic Magic Stone. So 0 is on the Light Magic Stone. She looks amazing. The Fire Magic Stone has Sylvia. I mean, look at the artwork. Look at these cards. I can't see myself using any other basic stone in the future except for these. These are just absolutely gorgeous. Alice on the Water Magic Stone just looks amazing. Feet Sing on the Wind Magic Stone. Again, I can't. These are just gorgeous. Finally, look at the Dark Magic Stone. Dark Alice just looks just incredible. I really love these stones. Force of Will, if you're listening, unbelievable job. These magic stones are just great. And just pumped to know that if you buy the 2 boxes, you're guaranteed to get play sets of everything, including these stones. So guys, that is it for today. Those were the first 2 rounds. They spoiled the rulers, and then they spoiled the magic stones. So I haven't put up a video in between, so I wanted to put them all together. But I want to know what you think about this. Do you like the rulers? Do you like all the dragons with their resonance? Do you like these new dual stones? I'm on the fence. I don't know. I have to see the support with the counters. If there's no other way to put counters on those dual stones and you run out, then they only produce the one color. I don't know how I feel about it just yet. But again, these are spoilers, just first impressions. So really open for debate and discussion. I don't think there's any arguing how gorgeous the basic magic stones are with the rulers. I can't wait to get some of these. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. We got more videos, more spoilers, more decks coming soon. Got a lot of fun decks to show and share with you guys. So as always, thanks for a few minutes, and I'll talk to you soon.